The year 2020 has been a hell of a year, hasn't it? And the hits just keep coming and coming and coming. You know, I was sitting there today, well actually when I was walking today, a year ago today, I was down here in this beautiful football, baseball field doing my walk. A year ago today. At that time, the only worries I had at that time was, am I going to be able to walk the next day because of rain? And how long will my truck be holding up? Only to have things turned upside down a year later. Yeah. I'm going to tell you about some personal reasons 2020 has been bad on my family and obviously what's going on in the world. Now, there was a little bit of good that came out personally with me. Was able to get the new car. Of course, it was no more than a week later, you know, the virus became big. Right now, as the date this video is being made, the virus is coming back with vengeance. Oh yeah, it's hitting hard. And it's hit home too. I'm not going to mention anything about that. But the virus has hit home. And so many things have been happening in 2020. Some of the change has been good, but most of it, oh my God. If you just go back a year ago and tell me that next year we'll be wearing a mask everywhere we go, I'll tell you was full of baloney. This year's been full of worry, panic attacks, anxiety. I mean, it's just crazy. And then you even question yourself, how much longer is this going to last? Is it ever going to stop? Is things ever going to go back to normal? We're halfway through 2020. Now I'm just wondering what the other half holds. I'm scared to find out in some ways. In other ways, maybe this will be the better half. Maybe the other half of 2020 things will be changing, things will be looking good. I don't know, my friends. I don't know. What do you think? Right in the beginning of the lockdown, everything in the world broke in my house. Not only we was in lockdown, we couldn't go nowhere, everything broke. My furnace went out, my hot water heater, found out my roof leaks in 3 areas, and the punches just kept coming and coming and coming. Somehow I got to come up with the money for a new furnace come fall. If not, we're going to have to load up on the space heaters. I'm telling you, the punches personally just kept coming and coming and coming. But you know what? I'm keeping my spirits high. I'm praying to God. I'm keeping my spirits high. And even though things are rough in my little circle, others have it a lot worse than I do. You know? I'm also praying to the Lord. Somehow heal everybody, get rid of this virus. I want to see a day with no mask again, don't you? I don't want nobody else to die because of this damn virus. I tell you, it makes you depressed. It scares you, especially when this thing hits close to home, or it hits home. It's scary. But I'm not alone. I'm not alone at all. Most of you guys see it this way too. I know you do. You know, when things get on my mind, I get stressed and worried. I make a video or I walk. So that's what this kind of video is about. Will 2020 ever end? And then again, this could go on to 2021, 2022. But will this ever end? 2020 came in like a lion. I pray to the Lord it goes out like a lamb. I will admit, when quarantine lifted and places started opening back up, my hopes went way high. And I will admit, and believe me, I'm getting fed this today, I will admit there for a little bit, I'm like, I know the virus is out there, but we're actually beating it. And it made me feel good. Boy, could I have been ever wrong. My Lord, because it's coming back worse than what happened in March. I predict the future to be another lockdown. And I'm even going to take a step further and say, I don't know if you guys agree with this or not, but I think in order to get this under control, or at least curb the wave, I think everybody needs to be in lockdown for at least 3 weeks. Give the people time to go out and get 3 weeks worth of groceries or whatever it is they got to do, and stay indoors. Completely stay inside. No gatherings, no nothing for 3 weeks. And I'm thinking that would make a huge change. But you know, nobody's going to do that anyway. Hell, everybody's having problems wearing the mask. They sure in hell ain't going to do this. You know, something came to me today, though. A good friend of mine, Scarlett from Texas. You know what she said to me? She said, Bubba, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what the thing is with the mask is. It kind of reminds me of the seatbelt laws. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, in the beginning, when we was forced to wear the seatbelts or get in trouble, get a ticket, nobody liked that. And oh God, I was one of them that completely complained about it too. But as time went on, now how many people click and not think about it? Do we still complain about the seatbelts? Some do. Not me anymore. I feel naked if I don't have my belt on. I'm just hoping and praying to God masks ain't like that. But it might be. This may be a permanent thing. It's something I have to think about. Something you all have to think about. God, I hope I'm wrong. God, do I ever. But just like the seatbelt laws, you get used to doing it. From doing it so many times, it becomes second nature. Actually, the mask, believe it or not, since my wife and I and my kids have done it so many times, it has become second nature. Now, I want to mention something else that's got me super worried too. In approximately 2 weeks, my son goes back to school. Yeah, that scared the hell out of me right now. I am deeply worried because, let me explain something. Even though he does follow procedure, washes his hands, stays 6 feet away, and he will be wearing a mask, every time we ever did get sick was always something my kids was bringing home from school. It being the stomach bug, it being the regular cold or the flu, whatever it was, they brought it home from school. And school opening back up, which is crazy. It's like a dang, it's like a diner for that virus to go bananas. I'm scared to death about that. I am truly worried. He was given the option to be use his Chromebook at home for e-learning or go back to school. It's his choice. He wants to go back, and he is 18, so he gets to make his own choice. He also told me before the making of this video he's nervous too. So guys, a year ago I was here walking this football field. Approximately the same time I'm doing it now. Exactly. The only troubles that I had at that time, is it going to rain the next day? What are we going to have for supper that night? And my truck make it another week. Didn't dream the following year would be this crazy, this bad. Well guys, God bless. And the reason I'm making this video is I'm getting worried again. I don't want to scare any of you guys, but you know, it's making me worry. I'm worrying for a lot of reasons, and one of the reasons I'm not saying, just say when this thing's hit close to home, it has, and it's scaring the hell out of me. And like I said, when I get scared, my anxiety gets high, I either walk or make a video or do both. Until next time, come on, let's get out of here. We'll see you tomorrow.